Good morning everybody, welcome to today's session. I hope you had a nice day yesterday. Let's get started. So we're going to go in either kneeling or standing. You're going to take the hands interlaced in front, circling those arms, drop your head and curve your back. You're like pulling that tummy in. Nice deep breaths. Dropping the arms, take the hands behind, reaching the arms away, we're lifting the chest. And again, interlacing the fingers, curving the arms, dropping the head. Release those fingers, take the hands behind, lifting the chest. Excuse me. Nice deep breaths. Good, okay, we're going to go into our breathing. So you're going to lay on your back. As you're laying down, so his knees bent, feet on the floor, and want to be in a neutral position. So you want to have that slight curve underneath your lower back, knees are bent, feet on the floor, just resting those arms down beside you. I'm just going to be taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking your nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of your hips. So as always, we want to think about having a torch on each hip bone, they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keep the upper body really relaxed. So shoulders away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight even through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just start to gently tighten, excuse me, through the tummy. As you're breathing out, I want you to tuck under with the pelvis. You're going to flatten that lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out. Tucking under to flatten. Holding. Releasing back out. So as you're tucking under, you're trying to find a nice strong flat back position. And we're using just the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. So try and avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're going to hold that flat back. So we're tucking under to hold. So here you want to have that back as pressed down into the floor as you can, We're going to start to work on the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening on the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So we still want this relaxed position through the upper body. Shoulders are away from the ears, chest is nice and open. So if you are feeling tense, just turn those palms up towards the ceiling. That will just really open up through the upper body. We're going to pull this tummy all the way down towards the spine. We're keeping our weight evenly placed through our feet. Big toe, little toe, and heel. We're halving one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening here. So this should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. From here, we're going to lift both legs up into tabletop. So think knees above the hips, shins are parallel to the ceiling. From there, you're going to glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're going to drop both legs over towards one side, releasing your hip from the floor. You're in tabletop. Inhale to the centre. Swapping sides, tipping over, releasing that hip. Back to the centre. Tipping over. And centre. So although you're tipping over to the side and releasing that hip, both of your shoulders stay in contact with your mat. So you're using your tummy muscles to take the legs over to the side. Coming back into the centre where you're finding that flat back position. Use your pelvic floor and again onto the other side. Nice deep breath. You've got 2 more on each side. We're tipping over and centre. We're tipping over and centre. One more time on each side, tipping over and centre, tipping over and centre. From there, hug those knees into your chest. Take a little rock from side to side if you need to. And then we're going to be onto our hands and knees for our stretch in our back. So if you need to, grab yourself a drink. Then bring yourself with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Good, so as you take a nice deep breath out, I want you to tuck your pelvis under. So you're curving the back, arching the spine and dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out through the spine. And lift the head. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head, we hold. We're releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. And we're lifting up. So we want to get lots of movement through the back. Working through each section of your spine piece by piece. So if you have any really sore or stiff areas in the back, just slowing them down, just taking your time to work through each part of your back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice deep breaths. As we're tucking under and curving, we're pulling that tummy all the way in towards the spine. Then as you're releasing out, we're taking those shoulders away from the ears. We've got 2 more here. So we're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping your head. We hold. Then we're releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. Lifting the head. Last one here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold. We're releasing out through the spine. And we're lifting the head. From here we're going to go onto our sides to do our chest opening stretch. Or if you're not on your side yet, you can take a little shell stretch back. Sorry, that just literally completely left my brain. If you want to take a shell stretch, then go into that first. I just don't think, it's too difficult for me to move at the moment. So legs bent on top of one another, arms are long, palms together. Rest that head down. So from here, we're going to be lifting this top arm up so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. We're going to twist away. We're holding here to stretch, opening that chest. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before lifting back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. So we're keeping those legs glued together and grounded. We want to get this twist in the waist. The arm is reaching long, stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpit. We want to get this really nice open chest position. Nice deep breaths. Keep looking at the hand with the eyes for as long as you can. Just so we know we're getting a good range of movement in both sides of the neck. Two more here. We're twisting away. Holding to stretch. Before lifting up and over. To come down palm to palm. Last time lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over. Down palm to palm. From here we're swapping sides. So you can either roll over to face the other way or lay at the other end of your mat. Remember those legs are together, bent, arms are long, palm to palm, resting that head down. We're going to lift that top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before coming back up and over. Back down palm to palm. Lifting the fingertips up. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Then lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. So remember, we've got those legs glued together. They're grounded. This twist comes through your waist. Nice deep breaths. Stretching through the arm. All the way into that armpit. Opening up the chest. Following your hand with your head. We want to keep a good range of movement in both sides of the neck. Let's take 2 more here. We're lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over. To come down palm to palm. Last one here. Lifting up. Taking the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Lifting back up and over. To come down palm to palm. From here we're taking a nice long stretch through the body. You can roll onto your back for this one. We're going to be staying on our back for the next exercise. But if you want to grab yourself a drink, then you can. So if you're on your back already, make sure that you're in a neutral position. With your knees bent, feet on the floor. So we've got that slight curve underneath the lower back here. Just start with your arms down beside you. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift those shoulders from the floor, reach the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up, we hold. Control back down. So you want to be pulling that tummy in to give you a lift from the floor. You've got your chin to chest position to try and make sure that your neck stays nice and relaxed. So think big nod of the head, then you're pulling the tummy in for that lift. Nice deep breaths. Gently tighten through the pelvic floor. Try and keep those shoulders away from the ears. Got 2 more here before we add some movement in. Chin to chest, lifting up. Holding, control back down. Last one here, chin to chest, lifting up, we hold, control back down. So we're going to add those little pulses in that we've done yesterday and the day before. So again, chin to chest, lifting up, we're pulsing up, 2, 3, 4, control back down. It's just tiny little pulses as you're lifting up, 2, 3, 4, control back down. You can take your hands behind the head here if you want that extra support. You're still pulsing. Just remember that the hands are on the head and not the neck. You still want to use this chin to chest position to make sure that you're still keeping that tension away. Tummy should still be working, pulling all the way down. Nice deep breaths. Use the pelvic floor. Let's take 2 more of these here. Chin to chest, lifting up, pulsing up, 2, 3, 4, control back down. One more time, chin to chest, lifting up, and pulse, 2, 3, 4, Control back down, just hugging those knees into the chest. From there, we're going to be going on to our knees, or if you don't like bearing weight through the knees, we're going to go on to our fronts. Completely up to you. If you want a drink, then grab one. So I'll come over here so that my head isn't chopped off. Okay, so if you're laying on your front, then you want to be nice and long through the body, hands mat width apart in line with your ears, and you're going to be doing your chest lifts from the floor with the forearms down. Excuse me. If you're kneeling, then you're keeping, hopefully you can see my legs against the black, I'm sorry if that's not clear. You want those knees to be quite close together under your hips. If you cramp up under the lower leg, just tuck those toes under, hopefully you can still see that there. And if you know you're really curved through your lower back, like you can see I am here, then think about having a little sense of tucking under, okay? Get those shoulders relaxed, chest nice and open, just tuck that head in ever so slightly. So from here, as you breathe in, you're going to pull your tummy in as you start to lean back from your knees. Exhale, squeeze the bottom to lift back up. So you're not leaning from your hips, you're keeping the upper body as one, you're working from the knees. So we're leaning back, lifting up, leaning back. Exhale, lift. Tummy stays tightened, leaning back. And lift. Leaning back. And lift. Make sure you're not flinging that head back. Let's take two more here. Leaning back. And lift. Leaning back. And lift. So from here we're going to add a little bit more movement in. So if you're on your front with your arms down, what you're going to be doing now is lifting up halfway, holding, lifting all the way up, forearms are still on the floor here. Holding, come down. So lift half, hold, lift up, hold, come all the way down. So we're doing the same with the knelt position. So your halfway kneel might be really small, that doesn't matter as long as you're getting that hold. So we're going to lean back, holding there, lean a little bit more, holding there, coming up, leaning back, holding, lean back, holding. So now your breath, if you're getting confused, needs to be exhale to lean, inhale, hold. Exhale, lean, inhale, hold. Exhale, squeeze to push up. You should really feel this firing up through the front of those legs. Lean, hold. Lean, hold, squeeze and lift. Doesn't matter if that lean feels quite small. Mine is relatively small as well. Lean, hold, pushing up. We're taking two more here. Lean and hold, pushing back up. This is your last one. Lean, hold, pushing back up. Whichever exercise you've done, come back into a shell stretch. So bottom to the feet, reach those arms out in front. We're then going to be on our backs for the 100. Remember to grab yourself a drink if you need one. Okay. So, on your back, we're going to be in a flattened position, but you haven't got to worry too much for now while I'm talking through. Just have your knees bent and feet on the floor while I'm explaining. So what we're going to be doing is in a really strong flat back position. So you're nice and tucked under, lose that gap. From there I want you in tabletop with the legs. So your knees are going to be above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. If that position feels quite comfortable for you, I want you to take your legs or your knees closer towards the floor. I still want your shins to be parallel to the ceiling, but you're just taking that angle away, challenging that flat back position. If that's really confusing, stay with that box shape and you'll be fine. From there, if your neck isn't too sore, you're going to be nodding the head and lifting the shoulders off. Arms are long and your palms are facing the ceiling. So you're pushing, emphasising on the up, as if you're in water or against some kind of resistance. And you've still got your 100 repetitions with your same breathing, 5 as you breathe in and 5 as you breathe out. From there, your hands are coming behind your head. We're going to take 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. Your legs should still be nice and lifted. Then you're going to go straight into 2 sets of 8 of reaching towards the knee. You've still got one hand behind the head. You're just adding in this little twisting position. Again for 2 sets of 8. Then we rest there, hug those knees in, and take a full body stretch. Okay, so I'll talk you through everything and we'll go all together. So nice strong flat back position. Make sure that you're really tucked under and your back is pressed into the floor if you can. Bring those legs into tabletop, so get your knees above your hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. If your neck isn't sore, we nod the head and lift the shoulders. Take your arms long, palms face the ceiling. Here we go, and we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, take those hands behind the head. We've got our sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming across, keep those legs lifted for 8, swap sides, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6. Tummies in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there, hug those knees in towards your chest. And then reaching out into a nice full body stretch. Good, from there we're going to come up to sitting for some stretching through the legs. Grab a drink if you need one. Okay, so we're going to do a similar stretch to what we did yesterday, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. So we have been doing the legs long in front and then bending if you have joined in Monday or Tuesday. What we're going to do today is take the leg in a more open position, one leg, and the other leg bends in. So this leg is central, like towards my groin, and this leg is out to the side. So your foot won't be touching your leg. I want that openness. So one leg is really open and one leg is bent in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a reach forwards, holding for a stretch. We're going to come back up. We're going to do a reach down to the side of that leg, okay? Obviously you're on the floor unless you need to be elevated for hip problems or anything like that. On a step or something, that's fine. So start off nice and tall through the body. I'm just going to roll down, so think chin to chest. Then let those shoulders go as you start to pull that tummy in to curve yourself down. Bringing your hands to the floor as soon as you can. From there, just start to walk yourself forwards. Just coming as far forwards as you can go here. And that's where you're going to hold. Drop that head and just start to take some nice deep breaths. Excuse me, sorry. Just holding there. Nice deep breathing. That leg that's nice and long, if you can, just point those toes at the end. So you want the exhale longer than the inhale. Feeling the body moving up and down as you're filling it with oxygen. Keeping in this dropped down, stretched position, I want you to start to walk your hands towards your long leg. So it doesn't matter where on the long leg you're holding or touching. It doesn't matter if that is the foot or if you're somewhere on the shin or the ankle. But that's where you're just going to drop yourself down to. So if we're doing that, we should be stretching the underneath of that leg. You might get a nice stretch through that side as well. Try and keep that foot pointed if you can. Nice deep breaths. Keep that head dropped. From there, we're going to walk those hands back into the center. Take a really nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, walk those hands back in. Restack the spine to sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to go on the other side. So the leg that's long is going to bend in. The leg that's being bent in is out towards the side. Although I want that leg wide, it's the width that you're able to go to. So I'm not expecting it to be like all the way out to the side. Want that foot pointed if you can. And just when you're doing your pointing, I should have mentioned this before really, just make sure, if you can see in the camera, you're not scrunching your foot up like this, what I like to call a banana foot. Think of pointing as if you're literally pointing with your finger, but with your big toe. So we're going to start walking up through the middle first. So we're rolling down, start tall, chin to chest, start to roll down. Those shoulders will come forwards, the tummy's pulled in. You're touching the mat and you're walking your hands as far forward as you can go. So as you're holding there, just taking nice deep breaths. Remember that rise and fall of the chest. And when you're ready, just start to walk those hands over to the side towards that long leg. Doesn't matter here where you're holding onto that leg, if it's on the shin, towards the ankle or on the foot. You're stretching underneath the leg, keep that point in the foot. Through the toes. We're working that side of the body, the opposite side. Think chin or no sorry to knee. From there, we're going to walk back into the centre. Take that nice deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back in. And we stack. Just give those legs a nice little shake out. And then bring yourself into our frog stretch. So we're going to take the soles of the feet together. So your knees are now nice and wide. And just give them a little bounce up and down. Just releasing into the hip. And stopping that bounce, taking hold of the feet and pulling yourself forwards. So here is where you can push those elbows in towards the legs if you want to increase that stretch, but still getting that drop forwards. And relaxing there. Good. Okay, grab a drink if you need one. We're going to be working on arms. So if you need to grab your weights or your tins of beans or tomatoes or whatever, then you can. Doesn't matter if you're not using a weight though, that's fine as well. So we haven't done these, I don't think, since last week. And we're going to go in for our little routine. So we're going to be doing our circles forwards, circles back, pushes up, pushes down, pushes forwards, pushes back. Just remember, I've had a couple of questions on this. When you're doing your pushing up, down, forward, back, your palms actually change. So even if you're holding onto a weight, the palm of your hand is still face up, face down, face forwards, and face back. And that's how you're going to get that change of the muscles working, because you're changing where the weight is placed to where the tension will be through the muscle. So just make sure that you're doing that. So we'll do that, 8 of each, and then we'll rest, 8 of each, and then we'll rest. And then we'll go into our up and down across 8 on each one. And then we'll see what the time is, but I'm sure we'll have lots of time for more arm burning. So if you need to scratch your face or grab a drink, then do that really quickly. I'm just going to quickly wipe my nose. So, doesn't matter, as I always say, if you're not using a weight, that's fine. I'm not using one, so just work to where you need to be. Lift those arms out nice and long, keep them really strong here. We're circling forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down. Just quickly, if you want to do this standing, then you're more than welcome to. Here we go again. Lifting up, circling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let those arms come down. Give them a little shake out. So we're going to be doing our lifting up. So this is just a lifting up and down, but the lift up is across 8 and the lift down is across 8, so it's slow. You can still use that weight if you want to here. Make sure your tall shoulders are relaxed. Here we go. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just take a moment. And we're going to go again. Here we go. Lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give them another shake. Okay, so we've got enough time to do some more arms, which is great. And then you've got your planks at the end, so you're going to have a real good arm burn today. So we've done this before, but not for ages. Our washing machine, forwards and backwards. So what we're going to do is washing machine and add a new one in. Some of you might have done this with me before if you've done a fitness class with me, not a Pilates class. So you're going to roll forwards for 8. Feels a bit like jazzy, but think like a washing machine. If you're not using weights, think of fists, so that you're sort of activating the lower arm. So forwards as fast as you can for a count of 8, back for a count of 8. Then your arms are long and in front. You're going to crisscross for a count of 8, or no, 2 counts of 8, sorry, and then rest, and then we'll go again. It'll feel a bit dancey, but I come from a dance background, so we'll just jazz it up for a Wednesday morning. So sitting nice and tall. If you're using weights, take your arms on your washing machine a little wider so that you're not going to clonk into your arm or into your body. Okay, sitting nice and tall. Here we go. Washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms long. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those arms. On your crisscross, if you're not using weights, flex your hands. If you are, keep your tops of your hands facing the ceiling. Okay, we're going to do that one more time, and then your arms are done until you have to do your plank. Okay. Here we go. Washing machine for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give those arms a shake. Let me know if you like those new arm ones. We're going to bring one arm across. Take the hand onto either the underneath of the elbow or above the elbow, just not on the joint. And you're pulling it in. If you're using weights, put them down for these stretches. Just let that wrist sort of relax and flop down. Just if there is any tension there, especially if you have been holding a weight. Then take hold of your elbow, bring your arm up, drop behind. You should find that you're naturally holding just in front of the elbow, not on top of it. Try and keep the chest lifted in this one. other side. Bring that arm across, pulling in. Let the wrist drop, and just flopping it up and down, just to release any tension you might have building up there. It looks quite funny if you're watching yourself on camera doing that. Good, then take hold of the elbow, bring it up and over. You should find you're holding just past the elbow on, more onto the fleshy part of your arm. Chest is nice and lifted. And then just give the arms a shake. Grab yourself a drink. We're going to be on our hands and knees. Right, because I want us to all be able to really work with our planks doing press-ups today, we're going to drop onto our forearms for our knee lifts. So this should hopefully help you to not feel like you're still massively working the arms. Obviously that is weight there, so you're going to feel it a bit, but that arm burn is a good thing. Get those knees underneath your hips and tuck those toes under. Remember, I always bang on about this. You want your arms, your hands and your forearms parallel to one another. Don't cross them over, don't open them out. I don't mind if they're fists, just don't let them touch, okay? They're parallel to one another. As you breathe out, pull your tummy all the way in, press into your arms and your feet, and lift those knees off just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Lifting up. And down. Lifting up. And down. So you're thinking tummy muscles are lifting you. Your hands and your feet are there for support. Deep breaths. Let's take 4 more here. We're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last 2, we're lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. From there, take your shell stretch back and roll through those wrists. Good, we're doing our planks. So, we are doing press-ups today, like I said before. So if you haven't joined in this week so far, you might want to have a little watch as I demo. So we're going to do tricep press-ups. So you're working this underneath bit of your arm, which lots of people are weaker in or feel a little bit self-conscious about. So you're going to take a triangle position with your hands. I'm hoping you can see that against my top. So your thumbs and your index fingers are touching. So you're going to be on long arms. If your wrists are horrendously bad and you can't bear weight on them, you're not doing press-ups, but you're doing a narrow plank. So here, you're taking both arms together on the floor, so you'll be in this position. I know that goes against everything I've just said in the last exercise, but that's just for this particular variation on the plank. So if you are on nice long arms, get that triangle position towards the front of your mat. You're then going to be taking one foot out behind you and your weight will be in the toes. The other leg will come out to meet it. From here, tuck yourself forwards into that nice long plank position. You're going to bend the elbows, straighten them, then relax. Okay? If you're on your forearms, it's just a breath in and out. Then when you're ready, going again, tucking, leg out, tucking under, long line. We bend, straighten, and relax. Keep taking these at your own pace. So you should feel this underneath your arm. If you're feeling other places, it's not the end of the world. It just depends where you're weaker or stronger. If you're thinking to yourself, my goodness, I can get hardly any bend here. These are hard. These are really hard, especially when you're in that full long leg position. They're difficult. But a press up or a push up is pushing up from somewhere. So I don't mind how small this bend is, as long as you can push yourself back up from it. If you're going really far down but you can't lift yourself up, then you're not doing the movement. The emphasis is on the push upwards from that descent. Okay? Making sure that your bottom is tucked under, you're in that nice long line. Squeeze the bottom, pull that tummy in. You're taking nice deep breaths. Doesn't matter if you need a little rest in between each one, that's fine. But control that breathing. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale. That explosive push to lift back up. Nice and controlled. Make sure that head isn't dropping. You're looking out past the end of your hands. Don't lift the head all the way up. Think about being really strong. You're using your tummy, you're squeezing through the bottom. Let's take 2 more here. I'm sure these are looking fabulous. So step back, find that strong plank. We bend, straighten, and relax. We've got 1 more here. Step back, tucking under into that nice long line, bend and straighten, and then relax. Take a stretch back, really roll through those wrists. Really well done. From here we're going to come into our little finishing stretch. I'm just going to take my arc barrel. Grab a drink and just control that breathing. Okay, so we're just going to stand, sit or kneel, nice and tall through your body. And just take a nice roll back in the shoulders. Control that breathing. And you're rolling forwards. Bring those arms out to the side, nice and long. We're lifting up. I'm going to stretch over. Back to the centre, we're lifting up. We're stretching over. One more time on each side, we're going to lift up and over. We're lifting up and over. And relaxing there. Thank you so much everybody who's joined me for today's class. I hope that if you're going out anywhere, you stay dry. It looks really miserable out there today for July, but have a lovely day, and I hope to see lots of you for the rest of the week. Bye!